Hey folks, it's James, and welcome to day one of my 12 Days of Procreate series. This is something I do every year to address the 12 Procreate-related questions architects and designers search for most often on YouTube, starting with the 12th most commonly searched topic and ending up with the number one question people have been asking this year. Today is day one, and we're starting with a question a lot of people run into right away, namely, how do you cut through the overwhelming number of brush choices in Procreate and find only the ones you actually need as an architect or designer? So grab your iPad, download the PDF summary linked in the description below, and get ready to learn the most effective way I know to organize your own brush set containing only the brushes you need as an architect or designer. The main problem with brushes is that when you open it up and you scroll through them all, it's completely overwhelming. There are hundreds of brushes, and this is powerful, but it also feels paralyzing, and people can freeze before they even start drawing. So the problem is not lack of options, it's too many options. But the way I like to think about this is to think of the Procreate and the iPad screen as your old physical top drawer. You've got the pencils, the pens, the brushes, the magic markers, half-dried markers, everything that you accumulated over the years. And you didn't choose from hundreds, you chose from a few of your favorites. And the real goal of brushes is not about style, it's not about all these crazy things you can do with brushes, but it's about reliability. You need brushes that behave predictably, that do what you want to do. The pencils, the fine tips, the technical pens, the flat markers, the airbrush, you want them immediately accessible, and you want to be able to predict what they're going to do so that you don't waste time hunting for new ones, and they've always got them right there where you need them. So I'll show you in a second how you can organize your own brush library, but I'll show you mine in the meantime. And of course, this is available on the website. In the description below, you'll see that link. But the way I organize my brushes is with what I call the architects or design group of brushes. And this includes dashed lines and architectural symbols, dotted lines, more symbols, and then the basic drawing tools, fine tip, technical pen, a Nano pencil, which is a proprietary Procreate brush, but a fantastic one. It sort of imitates a pencil perfectly, flat markers, and then going down through my set, I have brushes for texture that I use, and brushes for man-made textures and sort of abstract materials, and then brushes for expressive things like organic things, clouds, trees, foliage, that kind of thing. More kind of interesting organic brushes, fine hair, and then brushes for light studies. And I also have made over the years brushes for instant scale rulers that act as stencils and stamps. I've made brushes for FF and E, brushes for entourage, and I'll show you how to use all of those in a second. But first, let's look at how to make your own brush library. So if you want to make your own brush library, you're going to hit the brush symbol, tap the brush symbol, and then come here to the plus sign and say create new set, and tap that, and you can call it anything you want. Let's call it test number 1. See how that goes. You get the idea. And I'm going to apply. And now you want to basically go into the brushes that Procreate provides, sketching, inking, drawing. It's going to take a little while for you to get used to these, but go in one at a time and just sort of look at the range of options. And when you find one that you think you might want to work, and here's that Nano pencil that I use, go ahead and test it over here. First select a color, and I'll select black from any random palette, and test it over here and see if it's to your liking. And you'll notice that this recreates the kind of pencil texture, that pencil and paper. And if you do like that brush, there's a two-step process. First of all, tap and hold until you see this context menu come up, then press duplicate, and now take the duplicate and press and hold that until it breaks free. Then bring it up and over the icon for your new brush set until that opens up, and drop it in there. Now it's going to have that name too, but don't worry about that. And if we go back to sketching, we see that the original is still in there, so we're safe. And let's practice a little bit and add this 6B pencil. So we're going to tap and hold, and up comes this context menu, and you're going to tap duplicate, and there is the copy. And now you want to tap and hold that until that drop shadow happens and it breaks free. Then bring it up and over your new brush set icon. That will open up and drop it in, and you're on your way to building your own brush set. And you can see from the brush set I opened earlier, my architect's brush set, All of those brushes are in there. I've changed the names back. In fact, I've numbered them so they work better with the courses that I teach. And you can see there's some duplicates and there's some things that build up over the years, but basically it's all in there and easy for me to find. And as you can see, it's organized into these different sections. So we've got my drafting pens and things, drafting pencils, texture brushes, shape brushes. It's a way that I know exactly where to go quickly to find what I need. And really, there is no better way to learn about brushes than to turn this into a kind of game and just play with them. So if I use a 2-finger tap now to get rid of these Narinder pencil marks that I made, I can go back into my Architect's brush set and I can just play with every one. I can pull up the flat marker. Here is my size of my brush, and here is my opacity of the brush. And I can just come in here and do this, and you'll develop a feeling for this. You'll develop a feeling for how hard to press down on the pencil and what it means to scale this up or down, that kind of thing. And remember, 2 fingers gets rid of everything, or I can hold down and get rid of them all at once. And then I can go back into the brushes, and I can come up here and play with some of these texture brushes and play with the different levels of opacity. So if I turn this way down, there it is. And there really is nothing better than just playing and experimenting with all these to learn it. So that's how you make your own brush set. That's how you add brushes to it from all these different brush categories. And that's how you play with different textures. So you get more used to the brushes yourself, and you get to use them for whatever you want to use them for. So again, to recreate that top drawer we talked about, come into your brushes and just put together one at a time the brushes that you actually use. So go to the pencil, find a pencil that you like, and then keep that, put that into your brush set. Go into the inking and find a flat brush or anything that you like in there. And this is all about playing with these and learning. Go into the drawing. I don't use anywhere near all of these, but you're going to want to try them all and see what works for you. And as you'll see in some of our later lessons, we can even make stencils out of these brushes. So for instance, my entourage brushes allow me to just tap once in the middle of the page and to create instant stencils or instant entourage. I've created people and trees and shrubs and different kinds of people that I use all the time. And as I said before, we have FF&E at both 8 scale and quarter scale. So brushes are very powerful, and you just need to find what works for you. So again, start with what belongs in your top drawer. Open that brush menu, create a brush set that's unique to you and that has what you need in it and what's in your top drawer. Or you can certainly buy the Architect's brush set that I offer and have a lot of those choices made for you already and save some time. Learn exactly how to get to them quickly when you need them, and remember, the best brush is the one that you know how to use. Be sure to catch all 12 videos in this series as we work our way toward the most searched Procreate question architects and designers are asking right now. Don't forget to download the summary link below so you have this technique handy when you need it. And if you'd like to use the same tools I'm using in this series and explore the courses I teach, you'll find links to those below as well. And I'll see you in the next video.